Welcome to this Zentangle Quickie. My name is Heather Hartwick Gladden. I'm a certified Zentangle teacher, and today is a very special day. We're premiering another Tangle. It's Thursday, so it's Tangle Time Day. We premiered the Tangle on both of the Tangle Time sessions today, and then premiering it here on this Zentangle Quickie. The Tangle is Tulips from CZT Cherie Hartwick, who's my mom, and yours truly. So this was fun. Uh, in the description section, I will have a link to the inspiration behind this with a little bit. I mean, the story is very simple. Mom was, saw this article and saw this picture, and the stained glass caught her eye, and she decided to work at deconstructing the stained glass pattern into a tangle. And I was coming over to visit, so I lent a hand, and we drew out these step outs and played with them a bit and had fun with them. So we decided, being that we're right at the beginning of spring, why not launch them? All right, now we, let me give this additional plug. If you'd like to see the replay of the class, both of them, uh, go to my website, which the description is in the link is in the description, and follow my blog. I think on the right hand side it says follow me. That will have you follow my blog. So when I post something, when I post the replays, or if you subscribe to this channel, you will see it as well. But usually when I do the blog post, I put some extra information in there. But anyway, oh, and then when other things come up, then you'll also get them. So if you're interested, would love to have you. I'm gonna, while I'm talking, I'm gonna draw. This is a grid. It is a grid pattern. And but anyway, it was a fun tangle to play with. It was actually the first time that I even worked at. I'll deconstruct things in my head, but never put them on paper. And it's always fun to do things with mom. So it was great fun, and a lot of fun to present this. We did find that, okay, I'm gonna revise or add some notes on my step outs, because there was a little bit of confusion. It could be also in how I explain things, because sometimes, but that's why doing these quickies is nice, because then I can go slow and just focus on the step at hand. And there's also, you can hit the replay button and whatnot. So um, and then too, I've had two early sessions to figure out, okay, well, that explaining it that way didn't work. Oh, explaining it this way did work. We also did a revision on our step out. So I think, so I am going to attack this a little bit differently. So if you're on the classes, let me know if this helped more so. All right. So the first step is easy. It's a grid, so you draw your grid, and then inside we're going to put a large orb. And I decided today I'm going to use the 05 pen, just because I like that it's a little thicker, and being that it was, this is a stained glass thing, it's nice to have a little bit thicker line. Okay, so orb in the center, or as close as you can get to it. Okay, so I some of the confusion, so I'm just gonna work to avoid the confusion. So like I said, I'm gonna do it a little bit differently. I am gonna start though in the upper right. I have it turned this way so that way I can draw on it. But so looking at it this way, I'm starting in the upper right corner. Now, the tangle has some familiarity to some other tangles, and but I don't want to confuse anything, so I'm not gonna go any further with that. But there's some similarity, but just know that this is different. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna work on. I'm coming from the right side of this orb, and I'm gonna go to the right corner. So what I'm gonna do is gonna use the take off and land idea. So I'm taking off. That means I'm tracing over a little bit of the orb. I'm kind of going straight down from it, and then right towards the end, I'm making a sharp corner. You don't have to. It ends up turning out just a little bit different depending on how you do your angles. As you would normally guess, just like doing these orbs, different sizes, you'll have a little bit different result, and that's the fun of playing with it. Okay, so I'm going to show the first way I did the step outs first. So right side, kind of going straight down to a curve. It's kind of an S. So if, like, this is the top of the S and then that's the bottom. You can think of it that way. So then what I'm doing is I'm focusing only on this, turning my tile 90 degrees, rinse and repeat, same thing. I'm on the right side of the orb, coming down, making a kind of sharp curve into the corner. And then turning another 90 degrees, same thing, turning another 90 degrees, same thing. Okay? It kind of looks cool just as it is, right? All right. The next step is, if pick, I'm going to start just where I was at. I'm going to retrace over this, and then right where I curve, where the curve is, I'm going to curve in the opposite direction like so. And then turn, obviously I'm turning 90 degrees because that's just the way it works, right? And then turn, same thing, turn, same thing. Okay? Now, every adjacent, whether it's next to it, or on top of, next to it, either way, right, is going to be in the opposite direction as this. Okay? So what I was doing before was I was doing, and here, this is a thought for you. You could do all that are going the same direction at the same time. So I could do this box and this box because it's kitty corner. It's not, adjacent. But for purposes of right now, I'm just going to do the next one. So here's the thing with this. We're doing in the opposite direction. So in this one, we're on the right side of the orb. This time, we're going to be on the left side of the orb, and we're going to aim to this bottom left corner. Okay? And then also, well, let me just do it and then I'll point it out. So if you want to just watch. Now, maybe you kind of could sort of see a little bit of a tulip. All right? When I'm doing this curve, I know that I'm going to line it up right with this. So that's just kind of like, oh, that's one of those little secret things. Okay, this one, I'm not going to line it up with anything, but I kind of want to mirror this a little bit. Or, you know what? Just don't think about it and don't worry about it either. That's, that you can do too. All right? So again, it's the same thing. This one, we're working on the left side of the orb going to the lower left corner. Left side of the orb to the lower left corner. Okay? And then we're going to do the opposite here. And I'm just turning my tile so that way I can do my curve nicer. And you want to make sure to do that. That, you plant your hand, on the heel of your hand, and then you can do nice curves like this. It makes them consistent if you can just have your hand be comfortable. So this, I can trace up here to my curve. And because they're meeting right here, then I'm going to aim for that. Okay? And hopefully you can see that tulip right there. Okay, we're not meeting up anything else here yet, so I'm just trying to kind of match my curve a little bit. Same thing here. And, yep, same thing here. Okay? So what's neat about this is that it's like if I'm looking at the orbs, I'm seeing a flower in each one. And you know what? That's cool. You can just, go with that. If you want to do them all the same direction, then you end up with this. Really what we've done is taking just the one box and using the concept of fragments. And so we flipped it the other way. And by doing that, what we create is this really neat tulip shape. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish these last two, and I'm going to show you the what I was calling the revised version. So if this one, if you had any trouble with this, just hold on. So we'll just watch this next one and see if this helps. And I like to share a number of different ways to do something because we all work differently, and if it helps you to do it, then great. And if you find a different way that makes even more sense, let me know. All right. So this one is going to be opposite this, right? So I'm going to go on. And a lot of times, it's taking and looking. It's like, okay, here's the straight line, and oh no, and here's this was like the initial stroke, right? So that was on the right side, so I'm going to be on the left side. And you know what? And it's okay to have to think about it a little bit, and especially when you're doing something new. So left side to the lower left, and then same thing, turning, and it doesn't matter which way you turn your tile, because see, I can turn it this way. Nah, it doesn't matter except when your brain works a certain way. That's it. I'm not going to mess myself up. then here's what happens if you kind of get lost. Go back to the last one. It's like, okay, yes, right. I'm on the left side of the orb, going to the left lower corner. Oh my goodness. And then this the same thing, and here the same thing. It's amazing how our brains work sometimes. Okay, then here was what we added. You know what? Actually, now I take that back, and I've because I was goofing around talking about the other thing, I missed the other step. Um, oh, and I'm sorry. Okay, so go back to pretending that I only have one of these. All right, um, so here, and then you could do this next step right afterwards. That's basically it. It's not anything complicated. I'll do it on the next one. I think my brain likes doing it this. I like doing it this way. I know my brain likes doing it this way. It's just there's too much, going on, too many loose ends, and my brain didn't care for it very well. Okay, so here's another thought with this. So I can see here is the one half of the tulip. I know I'm going to come this way, so sometimes I seek that out and say, oh, since I know that, yeah, well then I might as well. Let's just start right there. So this is on the right side, going to the right lower corner. So in the revised version, it was doing that, and then coming right away and doing the curve line the other way, and then turning, same thing. So going right hand to the lower right corner, and then adding that other curve the other way. So like I said, it seemed like it was a half and half, maybe. I didn't take a proper poll, but some liked it, this way, and some liked it the original way. So that's why it was like a good testing to the fact to what I say all the time. Everybody works differently, and that's why I like to have 100 ways to do something, so that way, everybody can pick from, you know, pick which works best and go with it. All right. So this is the tangle. Now it's time to decorate. And I think what I'm going to do on this one, I'm just going to stick with black, white shades of gray. So here's one thing you can do. It kind of disguises that center line, and darkens in kind of the like this is the background, and I'm going to do it this way because it's kind of fun to disguise those lines. You could also, if you wanted to, um, kind of go both directions and make little crisscross, little um, cheesecloth pattern. And let's see. So since we're going this way, yeah, I'll do this. So then down here you can just decide. So these are just these little gaps that are behind. And you, like I said, you can decide what you want to do with them. And then this one, I'll do these ones the other way, just because it's fun. Sometimes I like doing these lines. Oh, it could look really cool. I just thought of it. Orbs. Too late. Next time I do it. All right. And then something else, you can go retrace, redefine some of these lines. Like, say, here, this got like rather sloppy. So sometimes just going over it. And if you do it with all of them, then you have that consistent look. And if you have to end up thickening one, well, then you can thicken up all of them. Also, if you end up with something that you just don't care for, then you could, fill it in. Up to you. So, I'm gonna shade this with the graphite. I haven't done that yet today. I've been playing with color today. All right, so let's do this. Let's just add some graphite. Well, we'll do one at a time. Let's try this. Ooh, I have a lot built up on there. Ooh, let's go up into the. Ooh, that looks neat. I might do the top two. I don't know. Oh, I think I will. Because I did that with something else and it looked really cool. Mm-hmm. Let's use some of what's. Well, then it'll make it lighter, so I best not. Oh, I apologize. I thought I muted that. I did not, apparently. Oh, I was in the process. Okay. But, of course, decorating it completely up to you. And you can have a lot of fun with it. And so you can really see the tulips. And so just in this 4 square, we get 4 tulips, solid ones. And then what I what I'll show you is, I was treating the partials kind of like leaves, and I colored them in as such. And now I was thinking, well, maybe I shouldn't have done those lines. But I can always fill it in. And this is, just to give you some ideas. I know what I'll do. Let's say they're coming from the orb. So let's do one of my favorite things in the world, the line dot dot. And you can add, it's a line, but you add a little curve to it, and it adds some character. And it's just, it is my favorite thing to do. It is just amazing. It's an amazing 2 things. All right, now let's see. Well, you know what? Because this one was kind of anyway, let's just go ahead and fill that in. Sorry, reach here. So that one was kind of sloppy anyway, and I was just feeling like it needs to have something. And this is nice. So we have totally filled in. Then we have a lot of, gray with the shading. We have the lines, which is almost a different color of shading in and of itself. And then we have our leaves. Oh, but you know what? Of course, we can't just leave those. We have to do that. Could even do it to the tulips, but there we go. So that is it. I hope you enjoyed it. Do let me know in the comments if hopefully that made sense. Like I said, we found a couple ways to do it that were easy. If it works for you, great. And yeah, it was a really fun tile. Take a look at the inspiration. Here's some of the samples. Well, this one I did earlier. Actually, it's similar. So I did just aura lines in here and had some fun with color on the black. And then here are the 2 from earlier. They're both similar, just because that's what I decided to do. And this was on a I guess that would be a 16 square grid. So had a lot of fun with it. I wanted to go with the stained glass look, and so what did I do here? Colored pencils, chalk pencils, and had a lot of fun. So I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, would love to have a thumbs up on the video. Feel free to share it. If you liked it enough to see more and you are not subscribed to the channel yet, I would love to have you as a subscriber. Of course, subscribing to the YouTube channel is free. If you're interested in being live, on one of the Tangle times, would love to have you. We still have lots of room for more. And before I have to upgrade my my platform, would love to have you. Information is on my website. That link is in the description box. And with that, I think that's it. I probably forgot something, but I'm so enamored with this tangle and still kind of reveling from the fun that we had today. Such a great time. So again, I hope you enjoyed it. I'm excited. It's the first tangle that I have had any part in creating. So I'm excited. With that, thanks so much for watching, and I wish you happy tangling.